It's been so very long since I've seen you. I've grown dreadfully bored with this place since you departed. There is never any light shining through these shattered windows, only darkness everywhere. Could this be what mortals see? I wouldn't know. I no longer have their eyes. These decrepit old floorboards are covered with dust. No one has walked these floors for years. Even what I assume to be projections of my feet are unable to stir or disturb it. Even if I could make it move, I probably wouldn't sneeze from the rising cloud. I don't have a nose anymore, you see. It's always so cold here in this home. Why is that? Does a house such as this require physical bodies to provide its warmth? Or is this icy air just a product of my dwelling here? Well, I may very well have my answers when you arrive here soon. Tonight is my only chance. The moon gleams in the evening, and I beckon to you through a whispering breeze of autumn wind that brushes past your ears. I know you can't resist my anomaly. Allow me to guide you, back to where you belong, back to where you and I began. By now you're starting to remember it all, aren't you? This street is familiar to you. So is this yard and the porch. I watch you from the window. I see that you've stopped in front of the door. Tell me, are you simply frozen with confusion? Or does your ignorance cement you with the fear of that which you don't understand? Come now, you mustn't turn back. Not now, since you've strayed so far from home and far from your beloved. You might leave this place. You might see her again. That is, if I decide to allow it. But right now, I'm so terribly lonely. Please, won't you join me up here? Just for a little while? You might even grow to like it. That's it. Turn the knob and step inside. Let the memories of it all surround you. Haven't you missed this place? Not as much as I've missed you. Tread lightly through the family room. You don't want to step on one of the many broken glass bottles scattered all over the floor. You see him, don't you? The man in the chair, white as snow, nursing his drink. Don't worry about disturbing him. He can't hear or see you anymore. All he can do is sit there and drink. Drink himself into hysteria, drown in his despair. Don't pity him, though. He chose to be this way. Drinks are all he ever truly cared about, sitting alone and drowning in his precious booze. I wouldn't go in the kitchen if I were you. Something pretty ghastly awaits. You see her, don't you? The black demon walking on all fours. Eyes as red as your blood, which it would love to feast upon. Notice its long, sharp claws and teeth. Don't they remind you of swords? I'm sure right now you're terrified at the thought of them slicing you to ribbons and letting your precious insides sink to the dusty old floor beneath your feet. I can see you trembling in your place, as well as every drop of sweat that slithers across your skin like a serpent. You're probably listening to her snorts and snarls. She's so restless. She's hungry for more meat. Won't you lend her just a bite? She's gotten up now, and she's prowling around the room. Careful. Don't let her see you in the doorway. If she does, you'll never leave this house alive. Not that I would object to it. That's it. Follow my voice up the stairs. Oh, how I've missed the modest thumping of your shoes as you stroll down the hallway. At last, at long last, you found me. I watch as my door slowly opens. Come in. Come in. There's no need for you to look around this room. Just at me. You see me now, don't you? Right as you look inward, you see me floating here, on this bed. The very last place you ever saw me alive. I'm so glad you're here, big brother. I wish you'd come join me soon on the other side. It's quite lonesome outside my mortal flesh, I must admit. If you could only shed yours like a layer of clothing, that would make me very happy. But those are just talks of fantasy. Please excuse me, as I do lose myself in those thoughts quite often these days. I know you recognize me. My existence has never left your mind nor your heart, not for a moment. Take comfort, my brother, for I have missed you too. All of my unfulfilled hopes and dreams for the future have been realized now with you here. I just wanted to see you again. But as the sunrise draws near, my time with you is coming to an end. I must go soon, but I'll never forget this moment we shared. You've made me so happy, so I've decided I'll let you keep your soul. You always did know how to make me smile, you know, even if you can't see my grin. That's what I love about you. You understand and love me more than anyone. This evening was all I could have ever wanted. You haven't changed a bit, Stephen.